My name is Mark Talcott, and my great-great-grandfather came over on the Oregon Trail and started this ranch. Um, so I'm the fifth generation. That's a family that's run it. We're at 170 plus years of continuous family operation. Uh, I bought it from my father, and we hope I've got a son who wants to keep going, and maybe a grandson too. So Um, hopefully, we're going to stay in business. Um, we raise cattle. We used to raise sheep too. Raised sheep for over 100 years and gave that up in the mid 90s. Predator problems and my dad getting older and me working off of the ranch. We gave up the sheep and went to straight cattle and hay, and we still have about 200 acres of timber, and that helps supplement the operation as well. I am ranching full time. I went full time about 2010, so that's only been 16 years. I grew up with it. Uh, we aren't a big enough operation to support two families, and so my parents had to have the income from this. So I worked weekends and after work, but I worked off of the ranch for 36 years before um, my parents retired and I took it over. Uh, so I guess in the stream of things, I'm fairly new at it, just 16 years at full time, but I've been doing this since I was 8 or 9 years old. Yes. So my son Luke and his wife uh, are in the process of taking the management over. Better to do it while I can still help and advise, and so we're in a transition now. Uh, but also their children, the oldest grandson, he's been involved since he was around 9. He's 11 now, and he knows how to run almost all the equipment, and he knows a lot about this business and taking care of cattle and um, bringing them in and vaccinating, and his mother's teaching him record keeping on the phone, so he he's going to be able to make an informed decision when he's old enough whether he wants to keep this going or what he wants to do. And the other two will be coming along, but they're just a little younger. In my lifetime, well, we had, like I say, we ran about 200 plus sheep and only had about 25 cows. There was a lot more timber on the ranch then, so my dad spent a lot of his life logging. Um, and then that slowly changed as we removed timber and went to grazing land. In the 90s, we gave up the sheep and went straight cattle. So that changed. Um, before my dad, of course, it was horses that for power and raising feed for the horses, and there was a little more farming done then because of that, oats, small grains. But in my lifetime, we've we've gotten some grasses, and subclover came in the 60s, and so we have totally different forage than we had at the in my really younger years. Um, Made improvements that way, fertilizers, soil health. Those are all changes that have improved and are still improving. Um, we're running 85 cows here, and we used to only run 25 with 200 sheep. So there's that change. I would say the challenge is a lot of that has to do with the politics, um, government policy, and that sort of thing, monetary policy. Uh, we've just suffered a huge inflationary hit here 5 years ago, and now that's improving. Those are things you can't plan for. Um, our cost of operation has blown up 40% from what it was 5 years ago. That's you can't absorb that all in one year. So you have to be pretty conservative in your operation. Uh, don't get over your skis on credit, and don't get over your skis on um, things you're not sure how you're going to get paid for. Um, I've seen I've seen places that went broke or were severely um, damaged by getting in those positions, and we've been pretty good at staying out of that, and of course our property's paid off. I bought this property over about 30-year period, and so it's paid for. We're not making land payments. That helps when things get tough. Oh, the animals, the cattle. I enjoy the cattle. Calving's my favorite time. I never get tired of newborn calves and going out and finding them and uh, watching them get up and go, and the cows that they're all protective of their calves and they'll hide them, and so sometimes a cow is calved and then you got to search for it, and sometimes it takes a while. Some of these cows are pretty good at hiding. Um, the machinery, I worked off ranch as an equipment operator, and so our haying time, and we do our own logging and have our own equipment, and so all of my little boy toys became big boy toys, and I still play with them at 70 years old. Farm Bureau, back in my teenage years, you had Northwest Farm Bureau insurance for vehicles. So I had Farm Bureau insurance from my first 1946 Willys Jeep to the vehicles I have now. Went out of Farm Bureau and became country insurance. So the insurance part of it was my introduction to Farm Bureau. Um, I didn't really get involved with going to meetings or understanding what all Farm Bureau does until I was, well, really until I was 16 years ago when I um, became full time here on the ranch. I was so busy with work off the ranch and all of my spare time working the ranch that I didn't get involved in anything, any organizations off. Um, so going to meetings, learning about it, finding out that what a minority of the population we are here in agriculture, less than 1% of the population, and we need all the help we can get in both in state government and in federal government. So Farm Bureau's lobbying, uh, representing agriculture is huge for us. Most of us don't have time or money to go to hearings and testify. Nowadays, you can do it online. But Farm Bureau lobbyists that walk the halls of Salem and Washington, D.C. on our behalf is huge, and so Farm Bureau needs our support to make that happen. Yeah, it's the politics to get involved. We have, the Endangered Species Act and the wolf reintroduction and the state laws against using dogs to hunt cougars, and these are all problems that are very real to us, the predator problems. And our urban population is pretty much unaware, and our legislators get information that is not, shall we say, is not always correct. And when our lobbyists can come and explain to legislators or governors or Congress the issues that we have, um, it's very helpful. We still don't always swing things our way, but at least we're getting the information out there. Um, if you're going to be in any kind of agriculture um, or resource timber here in Western Oregon, um, you need to have representation in Salem um, for proposed legislation. A lot of bad bills uh, die in committee or are voted down because of our lobbyists from Farm Bureau and other ag organizations that present our case. Uh, that's reason enough to get involved and be a member. All of this doesn't get done for free, so your annual dues that support your local farm bureau and then the state farm bureau, that's huge. Like any other political activity, you need representation, and Farm Bureau provides that for agriculture. Part of the benefits, there are some uh, corporate benefits like from Granger, from Cat, from Ford, um, that will offer discounts on equipment, on tools, hotels, motels if you're traveling. There's a whole list of benefits that you can use quite regularly by being a Farm Bureau member. And even just those is enough reason to join and be able to partake in some of those benefits. Well, we are also in the Century Farm program. In fact, the next step is the sesquicentennial, 150-year plus, and we're in 170 years. And I've since doing that, reading the stories of the people who join, fill out an application, and have their story. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Some of the people who have come and the issues that brought them out here to to get in agriculture, the changes they've made to last 100 years at it. Like there's like 1,200 century farms, and there's like just under 60 sesquicentennials. So there's a lot of it has gone out of business. So I admire the people that stay in it. My son, and he stays in it, and he'll take this place to 200 years. Um, I think that's quite an accomplishment. But the stories of the history of people in agriculture and the things that they've went through, some of them really tough times, uh, and figuring out how to change your product change what you're doing, make it profitable, keep it going. And I look forward to being on this committee and and helping to keep track of these stories and these ranches and encourage people to stay the course and stay in it.